you're thinking about moving to the Hartford area and you want a town that feels established, grounded, and genuinely New England, Wethersfield is probably already on your radar. But here's the thing most people don't realize. Wethersfield is one of the oldest towns in Connecticut, and that history shapes everything about living here. The homes, the streets, the community, and even the pace of life. So in this video, I'm breaking down the real pros and cons of living in Wethersfield, not just the highlight reel, but the trade-offs too. So you can decide if this town actually fits your lifestyle. And if we haven't met yet, my name's David Constant, and I'm a local real estate agent here in the Hartford area. I specialize in helping people relocate to towns like Wethersfield, Glastonbury, West Hartford, and the surrounding suburbs. I live here, I work here, I raise my kids here, and I have these exact conversations with buyers every single week, especially people who are trying to figure out the area and whether or not they actually fit. My goal with these videos is simple: to give you the real, on-the-ground perspective so you can make a confident decision before you ever step in a house. And stick around to the end, because one of Wethersfield's biggest strengths is also the exact reason buyers decide it's not the right fit. Pro number one, New England charm in distinct neighborhoods. When people say Wethersfield has charm, they're not talking about marketing language. They're talking about place. Old Wethersfield, what that actually means. Old Wethersfield is the heart of the town's identity. This area dates back to the 1600s, and you feel it immediately. Historic homes, brick sidewalks, mature trees, and homes that all feel different. You'll see 18th and 19th century colonials, capes, Victorians, and others that are thoughtfully updated while keeping their original character. This town isn't where every street looks the same, and for the right buyer, that's a huge draw. Outside of Old Wethersfield, the town opens up into quieter residential neighborhoods, some with cul-de-sacs, some with wider lots, and a mix of mid-century and late 20th century homes. These areas tend to attract families who want the Wethersfield feel, but don't necessarily want a 200-year-old house. Compared to newer suburbs, Wethersfield feels layered, and some folks, that's exactly what they want. I'll give you a great example. I worked with a couple relocating from the Midwest. They fell hard for Old Wethersfield. They loved the walkability, the architecture, the feeling of history. But once we started touring homes, reality kicked in. Closets were tiny, ceilings were lower, bedrooms were smaller than what they were used to. And I remember them standing in this beautiful colonial saying, "We absolutely love it, but where do we put all our stuff?" They ended up buying in a different neighborhood in town, still Wethersfield, still that character, but with a more modern layout. And that's a very Wethersfield experience. Pro number two, strong community and town pride. Wethersfield is one of those towns where community isn't just a buzzword, it's part of daily life. This shows up in kids' sports leagues, school events, and town-wide traditions that people actually show up for. You've got Porch Fest in Old Wethersfield, where musicians play from front porches and the entire neighborhood comes out. Seasonal farmers markets, fall festivals, parades, holiday events that families come back to year after year. This is the kind of town where kids grow up remembering the events, not just the places. For buyers coming from city block lifestyle, Wethersfield often feels like a reset. Pro number three, location, riverfront, and commuting advantage. Another reason Wethersfield consistently makes people's shortlists is its location. The town sits right along the Connecticut River, which adds both scenic value and breathing room. But beyond aesthetics, Wethersfield has something buyers often underestimate. It's incredibly central within the state. Connecticut is a small state geographically, but commute patterns here matter a lot. Living in Wethersfield puts you in a very strategic position. You're minutes from Hartford, you're directly along the I-91 corridor, you've got easy east-west access via Route 3, and what that really means is this: you're not isolated to one employment hub. This becomes especially important for buyers commuting south. I'll give you an example of what I mean. A lot of Connecticut's major employment centers run along I-91 spine, Hartford then down towards New Haven. If you work in or think you might work in the New Haven area, Wethersfield actually makes a very strong positioning choice because you're already south of Hartford congestion. You're already on the highway, and your commute direction is working with traffic patterns instead of against them. I see this play out often with hybrid professionals or dual income households. One partner works closer to Hartford, the other works somewhere along the southern corridor. Wethersfield frequently becomes that middle ground solution that keeps both commutes reasonable. And heading toward New Haven or the shoreline is very straightforward. Weekend trips don't feel like a production. You're not fighting through multiple bottlenecks. You're connected without feeling overwhelmed. And that balance, it's access without intensity, is one of Wethersfield's quiet advantages. Pro number 4, value, manageable price point, and long-term upside. Now let's talk numbers, because value is one of the biggest reasons buyers seriously consider Wethersfield. Wethersfield tends to sit at a more manageable price point compared to other highly competitive Hartford area suburbs. In many parts of town, the median sales price generally falls in the mid $300,000s up to $400,000. Now compare that to some nearby towns in West Hartford, median home prices land in the upper $500,000 range, with many desirable neighborhoods pushing that higher. In Glastonbury, it's common to see median prices in the mid $600,000 range and higher, especially in established neighborhoods. That difference can easily be $100,000 to $200,000 difference for comparable sized homes. For buyers, that price gap matters. It can mean a larger home, a bigger lot, less financial pressure, month to month, or simply flexibility in your budget. At the same time, Wethersfield hasn't been stagnant. The town has seen steady appreciation over the past several years, especially in well-kept neighborhoods and historic areas. That combination, a lower entry point with consistent appreciation, is why a lot of buyers see Wethersfield as a strong long-term play, not just a less expensive alternative. Now let's talk the other side of the coin. Con number 1, older homes and maintenance. Now we need to talk honestly about the flip side of all that charm. Many homes here are older, and older comes with realities. Smaller closets, lower ceilings, older layouts, and ongoing maintenance that newer homes simply don't require. For some buyers, that's part of the appeal. For others, it becomes exhausting. Wethersfield rewards people who appreciate character, not people who want turnkey perfection. Con number 2, quieter nightlife and social scene. Wethersfield is not a nightlife town, and it's not trying to be. There are great local restaurants and community spots, but for late night energy, you'll have to head to West Hartford or New Haven. Life here winds down earlier, and for many residents, that's a feature, not a bug. Con number 3, it's not trend driven. Compared to trendier suburbs, Wethersfield doesn't chase what's new. You won't see constant pop-ups or rebrands, and that steadier pace can feel refreshing or limiting, depending on what you're looking for. Wethersfield values continuity over reinvention. Now let's talk about who Wethersfield's for and who it's not for. It's a great fit if you love historic charm and unique neighborhoods, community feel and community pride. You want access without congestion, and you're thinking long-term, not chasing trends. It's not for you if you want newer construction or modern layouts, walkable nightlife, or you want fast-changing, high-energy town. Wethersfield's not trying to impress you, it's trying to last. So here's the bottom line with Wethersfield. It's not the flashiest town, and it's not trying to be. But for the right person, it offers something that's getting harder and harder to find: character, community, and long-term livability. And this is why I always tell buyers, don't just look at price or commute. Look at how you want your life to feel 5 or 10 years from now. If you're actively considering Wethersfield or comparing it to towns like Glastonbury or West Hartford, I've put together relocation resources that break down schools, neighborhoods, pricing, and lifestyle differences in a really practical way. Those are linked below. Make sure you download it, and if you're serious about moving to the area, feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm always happy to help. And if this video helped you understand Wethersfield even a little, make sure to subscribe. I post weekly videos breaking down towns, markets, and relocation decisions so you can move forward with confidence. Because the right town doesn't just fit your budget, it fits your life.